up, y'all? It's your girl Miracle, along with her co-host
Creole Barbie
and our special guest
Kimla.
And today's topic is
dating within decades. Individuals that have been dating, but they actually
are
single now. So this is gonna be a good one. So single for decades.
So what questions do we got today?
All right, so you know me, right? I had to do my research before I even started asking these questions.
Okay.
So one thing I want to ask right now is, why are a lot of individuals single?
That's real cute.
It's my choice.
I would say, okay, my personal opinion, a lot of people are not single by choice. I think that people have standards. Like, it goes back to our topic last week, grounded men and women.
They have
When you
boundaries.
know what you want, you know what you expect, you know what you like, and you don't you don't settle for less. So I think now in 2K24, a lot of people are single because they are not coming in and being real. Talk about that.
We did talk about that. So y'all know I'm a person of statistics.
That's right.
So I went ahead and actually did some research, and I actually asked some individuals, why are people single in today's time? So one person actually wrote me and told me this. It's because of the pandemic. They found it most difficult to date. They also shared with me that a lot of times there's individuals that are struggling with mental health impacts, such as online dating and getting married later in life. So I also went ahead and dug a little deep. And it said, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, nearly 47% of the U.S. population, just over 117 million people, are currently single as of today.
And that's more than being actual in a situationship, right?
Exactly. So a lot of times we ask ourselves, well, why are we single?
Right.
And if we are single, are we happily single?
Right.
So I want to ask you, Kimberly, are you happily single?
Yes, I am.
And what makes you happily single?
Because I have zero tolerance for BS.
Okay. Now, is it okay for a person to be actively single, but also as well as
Lonely?
lonely?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
So it does get lonely. So what do you do in aspects of when you lonely? How do you keep yourself company?
I try to entertain myself.
What do you
Okay.
do for entertainment?
Watch TV, cook.
Now, y'all know I'm a woman of truth. Y'all know Miracle about to say something. Come on in here.
You know,
I feel like this. Yes, people have a preference of being single. People have a preference of being in relationships. By all means, do whatever best fits you. But I feel like when you actually have your best friend, and y'all gotta understand, we talked about this in First Topics the very first week. Anybody that you find, they ain't gonna be perfect. Throw the list in the trash, okay? Because at the end of the day, you date according to your requirements, not nobody else's, not what you see on social media, and not how you feel. I feel like you're not gonna find somebody 100% in the situation that's ready and they're perfect. That just don't exist.
Absolutely. There's no such thing as a perfect partner.
So you're gonna deal with, she quoted, I don't deal with BS. You're gonna deal with that in or out. Because even dating, you can come across people where they will take you through BS. People are not genuine.
that's if you put up with it.
So what
You
is
don't
the
have to
limit?
put up with it, though.
I agree.
So when are you ever happy? When are you ever gonna be like, I'm okay dating, and whether it's BS or not, I'ma still find a way to be happy within myself and say at least I tried.
You never let nobody steal your joy. gonna be happy regardless.
Amen.
To
Okay,
yourself.
what's your second question?
I will say this: when it comes to dating, we can't allow nobody to dictate when we find our happiness. That's something that we have to hold within ourselves.
Right.
Sometimes it takes healing. I was single for 5 years because I needed a spiritual and mental healing.
That's
Right.
I couldn't love him until I loved myself.
That's right.
I had to go back and forgive everybody from past trauma, past hurt.
Energy.
Exactly. Because if not, I would have carried those same demons along to that new relationship. You know what's gonna happen? He was gonna finally wake up one day and say, you know what? You a blind person, but baby, you ain't for me.
Right.
Right.
But now,
Uh-oh.
are y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Y'all know I had to ask some of the ladies
Right.
about why are they single and are they happily single. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now some of the women responses, and these sisters went in. They definitely went in. So one individual said this: many women have a choice now. We don't need men to provide for us. We don't need the security of marriage and stay in a long-term relationship, which is considered to be single legally. We get the opportunity to chase our happiness, and for a lot of us, that's going to mean marriage is on the back burner. One thing to consider is that the study was done from an economic standpoint to further look at wages. Anyone that's not married is considered single regardless of relationship status.
That's right.
A larger portion of the single women they're counting as going to be in relationships. So, I mean, how do y'all feel about that topic? Or that comment she just made?
It's true.
It is true.
It's true.
I 100% agree, but everybody won't agree on that what she said. Everybody feels their own way about dating and relationships.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of single women that I'm cool with or I talk to. They'll say stuff like, "I do get lonely. I do want to be happy with somebody. I do want to feel like I can go into my soft girl era from time to time, you know, having that man. I do want to experience love again. It's not the end."
It's not.
But there's a big but in there. She's got to know her worth.
Absolutely.
I said that already.
She's
Absolutely.
got to know her worth.
Yeah.
And see, I'm going to tell you this. The older you get, the more low tolerance you have for any type of BS.
Right.
Meaning when you see it in the beginning, you like, no, I'm
Zero
good.
tolerance, right.
You have a zero tolerance because you already know what that looked like and what that
Yeah,
felt
already
like.
been there, done that. Got a t-shirt.
Some people, they get into relationships just to fill voids. A lot of people out here are settling. Don't let them fool you and say that they happy in relationships.
That's right.
So that's why I don't idolize nothing that you see in front of you, because you don't know what lies deep down
Right.
when
Behind
the
the
door
closed
closed.
doors.
Right.
Exactly. And I tell people that all the time.
That's right.
But y'all know the girls are going wild in the comments.
Right.
Okay? So are y'all ready for
What's
this
another
one?
one?
Alright. So this is what another commenter said, okay? It's expensive to go out anymore. Hard to
Sure
find
is.
time and places to socialize. Furthermore, it makes sense for singleness and women to increase since women are making their own money now
Correct.
and don't need to get married to be financially secure. There is a lot of reconfiguration of gender roles going on where women are likely requiring more of men emotionally, domestically, and men are playing catch up, learning skills they weren't taught when they were supposed to catch on as men.
That is correct. I agree.
I do, because I do feel like a lot of men nowadays, and I don't really bash men, I'm not here to bash men, but I do feel like when you look at it, you might find one or two good ones out the apple.
But the thing that I don't like about what she said is, I agree. It's not just men nowadays.
No, it's not.
Women are dirty too.
Yeah, it is.
Because it be some of y'all women that be out here tearing these good men down. There are some good men. So we not just going to say it's just men. And you shouldn't stereotype it like that. Because I feel like any bad apple, as far I'm talking about a person,
Right.
can ruin a person, a good person.
So financially, And everybody think
And I
about
don't like when they bring that up because I feel like when you dating, you shouldn't even be concerned with somebody got in their pocket. What can you bring to the table? And I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about here and here. Because at the end of the day, money don't buy everything, especially not love and happiness.
That's true. That's true. But I do feel like this: when you're looking for a partner, and it has to be some type of foundation. So you can't get somebody that needs to actually have changes within their life financially, because
That's right.
sometimes it can be a setback on you.
Yep.
You find yourself digging out your pockets to help them, and they're not helping themselves.
Yep.
And I see that on both sides. I
That's
see
right.
men and women both pouring too much into somebody financially, and this person still isn't getting anywhere. Now,
But what we said yesterday, sis, why do you think the situation is like that? Because it was never genuine.
I say, for
In the
instance,
beginning.
It
In
was
the
never
beginning.
genuine to
In the
begin with, and your foundation is exactly. She always told me, how you get a man is how you gonna lose.
that's
Right.
right, and that's true.
How you get a woman? Because I always try not to be biased. How you get a woman is how you gonna lose her. I'm just saying, y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. Continue to tap that screen for me. I can't see.
But I will say this: everybody, when they in a situation of dating, especially in the beginning, take money and sex off the table.
That's right.
Correct.
Them the two
Baby,
most.
can you touch my mind?
Take it off the table.
What
Conversation
you
is
can,
more important.
sis,
Yes.
what did I say yesterday? You could be the baddest thing walking. I'm talking about the coldest piece, but if your inside is nasty, that don't even matter.
Yeah, it's worthless. It's a waste of time. And
Yeah.
what are we here for?
What are we doing? Because we only got one life, and we ain't getting younger.
No, we're not. We're definitely not getting any younger. So, y'all know I got some more stuff to talk about. Now, are y'all ready for this one?
What is it?
All right, you guys. So, listen. Now, I want everybody right now, even in the comments, to answer this for me, okay? How do you guys feel about women marrying themselves?
That's a joke.
Women marry themselves. I don't believe that.
First of all, I already married myself because of him. I'm not about to go. These women is crazy.
So, look, y'all, there's women nowadays that are actually marrying themselves, okay?
What do you? Okay, so let me ask you this: sis. What do you mean by marrying themselves?
That means they're actually committing a vow and legally marrying themselves. Legally.
I'm not gonna do
That's
this.
doing too
I'm
much.
not
Now
gonna
you
do that.
can commit a vow to yourself. You'll say,
You gotta love
I'm
yourself
gonna love
first.
God and love myself before I bring anybody in, cause men and women. Because at the end of the day, you cannot love somebody. Let me not say that, cause I had somebody tell me don't say that. You can love somebody even if you're hurt, but you have to make sure that you got the guidance. You have God. You got the right people in your corner to help you be successful in that aspect. Because you can love somebody if you hurt. It's not hard. It's common sense. But are you willing to be better? Are you willing
That's
to
the big
change?
question.
Are you willing to be better for that
Change.
person that you actually do love? Because remember yesterday I said hurt people. Remember? But just because they're hurt don't mean they're incapable. See, that goes back to the school days. And you know I go deep, sis.
Miracle. Is it healthy for somebody to actually love someone and they're hurt?
No, but is it actually
It's not
healthy for
healthy.
women to go out here and have babies? And they don't know a person.
By someone
Is
they
it
don't
healthy
know.
for men to leave another relationship knowing that their mentality is messed up and they'll still go get with somebody because all they want is love? Some of these men and women, it has nothing to do with them being hurt. It's from what happened in their home.
So trauma.
It starts at home.
So we going back to childhood trauma.
Yes.
Healing those wounds.
You are who you are once you graduate and leave your parents' home. Now, to say it this way, everybody don't experience the same love, and that goes back into the blended family topic. If you are willing to blend your family, you have to be 100%, 1,000% committed, because at the end of the day, you can hurt those kids, not the parents. Who cares? We grown. We can deal with ourselves. But A child has to feel safe. A child has to feel loved. A child always wants attention. A child always looking for somebody to be a role model. And remember you said yesterday, if you're not 100% committed, how can you commit yourself to something and you knew you was never going to be long-term in the first place? It's not incapable for people that are hurt to be in something. It's about change.
Hello.
And you got to have God.
That's words wisdom from Miss Miracle.
I hope y'all took what I said because I
Miss Miracle just dropped some game on y'all. Hope y'all caught that.
Because a lot of people say you shouldn't go do this, you shouldn't go do that. But what about what should they do? Y'all always talk about the negative. We rarely hear about the positive stuff.
Right.
The right way to do it. What are the steps you need to take to be the man you need to be the wife you need to be the sister you need to be that daughter you need to be that cousin, that friend? Because everybody is dealing with something mentally, and it's not just relationships.
So I got a question for you.
What is it, sis?
Are women taught how to become wise?
I don't agree.
And their bring up.
It depends on how you were brought up.
Right.
Like, honestly, my mom was married a couple of times. But to be honest with you, I don't think that nobody really knows how to do marriage right. The only person that do is God.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not going to ever judge somebody else's marriage, somebody else's situationship, somebody else's relationships. At the end of the day, what works for me, honey, don't work for you.
That's right.
But you can't judge my doorstep on what I'm going through because you really don't know deep down inside. You don't know what God's doing for me or my husband or my children.
That's right.
Outside looking in.
That's right.
And that's the
it goes
problem.
deeper. You have to dig deep before you actually answer those. And I don't like when women or men are biased. You can't do that because nowadays these women are jacking up those ones that are good.
Hello.
And they're worse than the men because back then it was the men. They was the, y'all know.
Oh yeah, we definitely know. We definitely know.
And y'all know when I don't come to play, I come to drop knowledge. So I'm just saying, I always speak truthfully. And ain't nobody perfect. But then you also got to look at it like this way, because this is another way you can look at it. Am I willing to stick beside this man or woman and help them be better than what they are? Because if you're willing to do it, who cares?
That's right.
And sometimes hurt people need somebody to love them because all they know is hurt.
Right.
I feel like if it's not detrimental to you, only you know your limits of how far you can go with somebody.
That's
now,
right.
Everybody don't have that kind of patience, but as long as you know how far you can go and invest with somebody, then I feel like no outside looking in should be able to dictate.
It shouldn't
It
matter.
It shouldn't matter.
I tell people all the time. I tell you this though all the time. I never believe in my husband.
That's
I
right.
don't care what the neighbors say. I don't care what my dog said. I don't care what my kids said. Because that's my decision.
That's right.
And
right.
outside of the hurt part of it, I know what good person he is. And he knows what good person I am. But everybody got their flaws.
Again, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Sleep around your own front porch.
That's right.
If we had a perfect world and then something goes wrong.
If we had a perfect
Everybody's
world,
perfect.
why do we need cops? If we had a perfect world, why do we need judges? If
Why
we
we
had a
need law
perfect
and
world, why
law
we need
being-
lawyers? Why do we need any type of law if the world was perfect? God knew what he was doing when he created us. He knew this right here
The
was
flesh.
gonna be the main problem as to why he got everything
This is the main
controlled the
problem
way
too,
it's
your
supposed to be.
mouthpiece.
That's
That's
right.
it. That's it.
Didn't I say that the first podcast?
Oh,
I said a lot of
absolutely.
us women
tongue.
don't know when to shut up, even men.
That's right.
It ain't just women.
That's right. And sometimes I feel like when we don't know how to be quiet, we actually spitting out curses within our future.
That's right.
We hindering our own self because we cannot be quiet.
That's right.
The tongue has power to
That's
speak
right.
life and death, to manifest and also to cause sorrow.
That's
So
right.
it's up for us to kind of manifest on what we want for our future.
That's right. And God, to add to what you just said, the tongue has power. Remember when I told you in our first topic, you can tell me sorry all day. I forgive you for me. Because he said that's the right thing to do.
That's
and I'm
right.
talking about God. But I'll never, ever forget what you said. Because some people don't understand. Like, I might go low, but you go to hell. That ain't cool.
That's right.
And then sometimes them cuts, you can't see them, but they there. And I didn't got if you didn't cut me enough, I don't even got places to put band-aids on no more. I mean, at this point, it's just like, what is it? Do you want to be better? Do you not want to be better?
And if so, where we put these band-aids at? And why are we continually packaging ourselves up with band-aids?
And that's right. And I was always told when you keep repeating the same thing over and over again only to get the same result, that's called insanity. And you got a problem. Maybe you need to go get some medication.
Because we all know band-aids are temporary fixes.
That's right. They're going to fall off one day.
Exactly.
The shower going to knock them off. But is that scar going to be fully healed the way I need it to be?
Right.
So, y'all remember when I asked y'all about marrying yourself is a thing, right? And if so, do y'all agree with it? So I gotta now tell y'all two people that actually married themselves and the reason why they married themselves. So y'all ready for this?
Yeah, I like to hear this because I need to actually see what it. I'm being honest. I don't even get it. I don't understand it. But let's see.
So there's two people that married themselves. The first person was Lady Gaga on Valentine's Day, and the other
First
person.
of all, we gonna. That's a joke. Cause she is crazy. Sorry, y'all. We're not even about to take that one serious because that lady is crazy. She is back.
Lady Gaga.
Is she crazy or not?
She's crazy.
So yes, a crazy person gonna marry their own self because you know what? They think crazy.
So not only
In her mind.
Okay, who was the second person? I might give it a little pass.
now this person actually, honestly, everybody can relate to this person. And honestly, I always wonder, even on me on the outside looking in, why this person was still single. And that person was Maya. Maya actually married herself.
Maya who?
Maya, the R&B singer.
But we haven't seen her since she dropped the one hit.
Yeah, so she married
That's
herself.
why she married
That's
herself.
why she married herself. Maybe she's a loner.
So do you want to know the reason why she say this?
Yes,
So
I would like to know the reasoning behind it. Even Lady Gaga, I still want to know the reason.
So first, because I did ask women, I said, what is the purpose of marrying yourself?
Right.
So they said to affirm your relationship with yourself or to express how being single doesn't mean being incomplete or lonely.
Hold up 1 second. But I can get up every day and look at myself in the mirror and affirm myself. I don't need a piece of paper to do that.
I agree. Now, also, Maya made a response and said that she's marrying herself because she's maintaining her youth and is setting boundaries for herself and her inner peace.
I told you boundaries.
She also married herself 3 years ago and said that she's not stressing over anyone. I don't want a husband nor kids. Comment responses to this was a lot of women, for some reason, are starting to lean towards this. So,
What is it?
some of the things that these women are saying is this, okay? So let's go ahead and get deep into this topic, all right?
So what are they saying?
So this is what they are saying. So they said this. Well, not worrying about splitting 50-50 in a relationship. I'm thinking about doing the same thing to live a stress-free life. I'm only 18, so me considering it may change over time. But right now, I'm thinking about doing this. What's your opinion about women marrying themselves for them?
But okay, the way that I was brought
Speak,
up.
come on.
Come
The way
on.
that I was brought up, if a man comes to you say, you got your half on it, he's not a man.
That's right.
He's weak. He should pay for everything. A wife is to provide for him. It's the backbone.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna
Like
say
if he
this.
falls, then she's supposed to pick him up
That's
Take
right.
in.
and help him.
That's what I
right.
was getting ready to say.
That's
She beat
right.
me to it.
Right. She's supposed to help him and take it in.
That's right.
She's not supposed to do it all by herself because he's supposed to be the provider, the
The
protector, and all
the
that.
head of the house.
That's
He's supposed to
right.
be all of that.
So a lot of times, I think we learn how to readapt to this 50-50 thing. And
I
that's
don't even agree with the 50-50
I
thing.
don't agree with
I
it.
feel like, I'm okay with it. That's my life though. But what works for me don't work for everybody else. I feel like, why can't we be a team? Remember I told the first topic, I brought this up. There are no gender roles in my house besides the fact that I'm not changing no times. I'm not pumping gas because I am bougie. Forget y'all. Exit stage
That's a
plan.
man's job.
And
If you got a
I-
man sitting in your passenger seat.
I'm not
you
drilling
should
no
pump your
holes
ass.
and nothing, fixing no ceilings. I'll let him do that part. And that's when we gotta shut up. Because, you know, at that point, you gotta be like, sometimes I do gotta shut up because this is when he come in and he does his part and I do my part. Now, I don't mind cooking, doing the cleaning, taking care of the kids, but we pretty much share that. He's never said, oh, I need a meal every day. Or, you know, we got home from work and he knows I'm tired. He knows, I need you to get them kids. You know, a lot of them are like pressuring it or putting it on a person.
Putting the issue.
And it's not cool. But as far as that 50-50 stuff, I feel like people need to stop giving their opinions and go to God about it. Because, like I said, what works in your house, works in your house.
I don't believe in it, 50-50. I don't believe in it.
Growing up,
But I never expected a man to take care of me. So that's why I said I don't mind helping my husband when it comes to 50-50.
Your independence. You're independent.
I feel like if something ever happened and he got down, I'm up for us.
right?
I go down, he up for us. It's never going to be a dry moment where we're going to be put out on the streets with 5 kids or struggling or worried about how bills going to get paid. That's why I don't mind being my husband's teammate. And some of y'all need to hear what I said. My husband's teammate. I didn't say he's my teammate. Y'all got to know how to do this thing. I mean, I'm not against 50-50, and don't judge me because they like to come for me. I'm saying what works for me may not work for y'all, and that's okay. But a lot of them giving they 50-50 opinions on stuff, I don't agree with them. Because I feel like really, you came in a situation like that. Like I hear a lot of women that be like, yeah, I want a man that makes 8 figures, ain't got no kids, pretty teeth, nice body. You show asking for a lot, and you gonna get one of them on that list. That's why I said in the first week, throw them lists in the trash. Stop trying to find a person based off of a list, because 9 times out of 10, that was some fantasy you had when you was in school, and they don't exist.
I have a question.
Let me
want to hear
say something that do exist. You can't have that man. You can't make that list. You can't have a perfect man, but he has to know God first.
Ooh,
and love himself
there
first.
it is.
Right. That's right.
So if he don't love God, then he can't love nobody else.
Can't love
That's
nobody
right.
else.
It starts from the father.
You can't get a perfect person.
What you want to ask us?
So I have a question, okay? So if a man actually says, well, you know what, baby, I don't want to do 50-50 with you.
I'm okay with
I
that.
want to do 100%. But the question is, what are we doing for him? If this man,
Because you draining that man.
Satisfied.
That's right. And now how
You
we
have
keep
to
him
keep a man
satisfied?
satisfied.
And if a man giving 100%, he deserves respect.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't even have no reason to be complaining about anything. This man sat there, he go to work, and he paid
deserves 100%
everything, and all he
comeback.
asks you to do is do your part. He deserves nothing but a
In the
respect.
Bible, you read the Bible, it says that it tells a woman what she has to do for a man and what a man has to do for a woman. And it's written in the Bible.
That's it. And one thing I do feel like this: if a man is willing to tell me I can lay down
And sleep all day while he pay all
Well-
the bills, and all I gotta do is cook and make sure his water in.
well,
So,
yeah, that's it.
I'll suck the big toe, the left toe, the 8th
That's
toe.
right. I'm gonna cook every meal. I'm gonna do this with the
Cause
house.
all I gotta do is make sure my edges is slicked and throw a little t-shirt. I might be naked a
Now-
couple times, you know.
I'm gonna put a rock in y'all plan. You got some men that are married that the wife is a stay-at-home wife. He's doing everything, making the money. He don't have her doing nothing, paying nothing out the bills, but he cheats a lot. That's not acceptable.
That's a non-negotiable.
That's not acceptable.
That's not acceptable.
right.
Because you can't be, you trying to have power over me, and at that
You
point
wanna
you're
pay-
controlling
right,
me.
right.
Because if you're gonna sit up here and say, stay home, I'll pay
That's not
everything,
acceptable.
but then you got side, y'all know, then you ain't right.
Right. You got a lot of that going on in everyday life.
Where women mess up at is this: even though they allow a man to take care of them at 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always better take some money out of that pot that he's giving you and store it away for a rainy day. Because a lot of these women, when they leave these men with nothing. They're homeless.
Empty.
They got kids. These men.
They ain't got nothing to show
But-
for it because you wanted to be that stay-at-home wife, and you could have been his backbone, this ride or
the
die.
woman's
and
fault. It's
That's
their
right.
fault.
You
It's the
cannot
woman's
blame the
fault.
man
You
for
cannot
that,
blame the
and you
husband
shouldn't
for
be
that.
stealing from him. Because at the end of the
Right.
day, if you taking from me,
Right.
I don't trust you.
Right.
If he's giving you money mean, but you're
That's
doing
why I
it.
like my
Oh,
own.
okay.
That's
No,
why I like
she
mine.
cleared it up. That's a good point, sis.
What?
She right. If your husband is giving you money, you should put something up
Right.
for it, right? So that's different. But if you just going behind his back taking it,
When he gives you all the money to pay the rent, pay
we
the
not even
bills.
about to play with that.
No, that's just low down.
That's low down. And
That's
you
no trust
dirty.
So do y'all want to hear something?
Yes.
Because y'all know I have to ask men too now. I have to ask them
Lord.
what they think about women marrying themselves. And y'all know me gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
That's one thing
And
about
they bold
men.
too. They
Yes.
don't hold nothing
Because
back.
it's jealous street.
They
They
don't-
jealous.
they
They
don't-
mad. That's why she married herself because of what? They mad.
They don't speak often, but what they do.
I feel like men act like they got black hearts sometimes. They so cold. Like we could be more of like
Women.
soft when we say things. We say things in a different aspect. They'll get right to it. Oh, cause she throw wigs on every day. Oh, cause her booty crack stink. I mean, like, can you say something else?
They just straightforward.
They get straight to. Oh, her big toe crooked. I mean, I'm for real, y'all. They don't even care.
They do cut up, don't they?
They cut up.
up.
They don't
do
care.
cut up.
They you can record
They don't
them.
care nothing about
They
it.
don't care. I'll tell Susie what I said next week.
Yeah.
And tell her to get her trash bag and move out with it. But wait a minute. Wait a
They'll
minute.
admit to the dumbest
She
thing.
was dirty. She didn't clean up. All she did was eat my pork ribs.
But what the big reason is they talk about it because they're mad.
Yes, because
yes.
she's leaving.
They only talk about is when they're mad.
Didn't I say
That's true.
hurt people?
When something's going good, you don't hear nothing from a man.
You don't hear a peep.
You don't hear peace.
So-
They only
But the
come
minute
back.
they get mad, remember that last week you came out with that cricket ball on? And your tooth was sticking out? I'm like,
And
nigga.
you be like, well, how long you thought this way about me? Damn. I ain't know you know.
Hey, no, hold
That's
on. The first thing that
That's
goes
true.
through a woman's mind of intelligence, we're very intelligent. Y'all can never get nothing across us. The first thing that goes through our mind is, you been feeling like that, but you
Yes.
went to that
Right.
1800, got in your
Until he was
system.
mad.
To bring it out.
Or when we got in that argument, then you pulled it out your back pocket like a credit card. Let me go on and swipe it this time.
'Cause they don't realize you always thinking.
Yeah.
Our mind is always tossing and turning.
I think all the time, even when I'm asleep.
Yes.
God talks to me every night. I'm a dreamer.
So this is what men have to say about women
Let's see what the men
marrying
gotta say.
themselves.
I'm gonna
Okay.
look at the comments, sis.
So they got kind of crazy on it. They said this. They said, well, if she's marrying herself, that's how single women are created. You know, this is being selfish, not wanting a family and also have children. So do y'all think that's true? That if a woman wants to marry herself, she's being selfish because she's there to help reprocreate to make children.
Right.
Procreate for children.
I have to agree with that and then disagree with that.
Okay.
On some point, the man is right, and then on the disagreeing point is he's wrong on that because you got to get love from some place.
That's right.
That's loving yourself.
That's true. And especially if y'all not giving us no love.
You can't love somebody and reproduce and give them kids if they don't love you. Like you said,
Right.
fake. If it's not genuinely, then I'm not giving you nothing.
So do y'all think sometimes when you think about people y'all had in the past, right, that y'all slept with unprotectedly and
Oh, here she
didn't
go.
and
Here
didn't
she
have
go.
kids?
Oh, y'all know what I said about that? Let me tell y'all something.
Here
Because
she
you
go.
know Miracle gonna say, she said about somebody you slept in the past, they don't exist.
But
they matter, they'll still be here, but they ain't getting the cookie jar no more. They don't exist.
they don't exist.
My
But
husband said
Have you heard that song on
wait a
Facebook?
minute. Wait a minute, my husband said that's BS, man. You gotta count them niggas.
you do, and you do because look how many times when I think about I dodged the bullet.
Oh, wait a minute, sis. My husband gonna say, that make me feel good, cause I know I got the prize.
That's it. That's it.
And a Cracker Jack box.
In the Cracker Jack box.
All right, so look, y'all. Let's get on to this, okay? Are y'all ready for this?
Yes.
All right. So,
Try to lean over to the side a bit.
oh, can you?
Yeah, the wild.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So listen, there were some more responses, okay? Now, do y'all think this is true or not true? Now, I want y'all to listen to this real closely, okay?
Okay.
They said single women live longer than married women, while married men live longer than single men. So, is that a true statement? or is that false?
I have to disagree on that. That's
Okay.
false. The reason why I say it's false is because you live your God does the calling,
That's true.
so we don't know when we're gonna go.
That's true.
So you can't base your life on how you live. If a married man's gonna live longer than a single man, that's not
right.
true.
That's right. Remember on our first topic, I said God already knew we was going to be doing this before we
are
did it.
predestined.
He wrote
He know
our
that.
whole journey. He wrote it.
Right,
Like there's some stuff ahead that we got coming that we don't even know is coming, but He knows.
right.
What happened?
So I don't agree with that because I feel like you live how you choose to live.
Right.
Do you think some women drove their partners to the grave?
No.
Yes, no.
No.
Can I say the MDO's name or nothing? I ain't gonna do that.
Amber.
I ain't gonna do that. But she know what I'm
Put the
talking
people on
about.
blast.
Effie.
Putting people on
Effie.
blast. The Dream Girls.
The Dream Girl.
Oh my
You can't put
goodness.
people on blast.
And you know who that is.
You know I know.
Baps.
Y'all is too much to my bats.
How do y'all feel about online dating?
I disagree with it.
Okay, so
Unless it's Christian mingles, we ain't mingling nothing. Because too many people catfish, too many people
Right.
lie, and then you can sit up here
If I don't see you in
portray
person,
hold
we
on,
ain't
wait
got
a
nothing
minute.
in common.
Then you could portray to be something. You live in a whole nother state, but you probably living with your baby mama, your 8 kids.
Right.
We ain't even about to play
Or
that.
married.
yeah, it's a lot of
Or
bad.
how about this? Nowadays, they're putting up pictures on Facebook, but it's a dude behind the
Different.
woman.
Right.
You know what?
Catfishing, they be capping.
Especially nowadays.
They do that.
It's
A lot of them doing it for money. They're sitting around here emotionally investing themselves in the people that are true and genuine, and they're taking their money.
That's called an imposter.
Yeah.
so
That happens every day. That's everyday life. Imposter. It's up to you and to have in your mind to figure out who they are. Get to know this person. And if they're in another state, there's no way that we can have a
That's
relationship.
right.
Because I don't know what you're doing and you don't know what I'm doing. So there's no trust there.
that's
That's
right.
right. And I don't
So
like
they
being with
call them
somebody when I
imposters.
always gotta wonder what you doing,
Right, them
when you
imposters.
gonna call, do you really care, do you really love me? That's too much. I'm not Inspector Gadget. Either
And
we
when
gonna
they
work
send you
or we
text
ain't.
out talking about, I love you, baby, this and that. That's fake.
That's fake.
Yeah.
It's for comfort
They in a
because
whole
they're
different
manipulating you.
Right.
They're
They in a-
manipulating you.
Right. They in a whole different state. So you don't know what they doing. They don't know what you doing. If you're not here in the flesh,
Boo boo.
and I can't see you and I can't touch you like this,
And we ain't getting no
Yeah.
bookies. So like
Right.
she said,
cook,
we ain't,
leave the
we
money
ain't-
on the dresser.
we ain't getting bookies. So if I can't see you, but remember everything that glitter ain't gold either. So if you look good, don't
Right.
mean you good.
That's right.
That said something. What they say.
Nothing.
Okay, so do y'all want to hear something?
Yes.
So with every question I ask, y'all know I have to go back to my statistics, okay? So I went ahead and I did some research, all right?
Okay.
So this is what I found out. It said this. Individuals between the ages 43 and 58 found the most success
I
with
ain't right
online
in that
dating.
category.
With 72% stating they met someone on a dating app that led to a romantic relationship.
And what was the statistic again? What's the numbers?
So the numbers were 72%.
That show went up.
It did go as of
'Cause
2024.
I don't believe in that.
Well, that's
They
because
don't
nowadays they don't care which one you got down there. They taking whatever on both sides.
But I do feel like this
Lord.
COVID caused a lot of online dating because a lot of people already stated that they don't like going out as much.
It's,
Or they
it's
can't
too
go out as
dangerous.
much. And then
You're
it's
not
dangerous.
safe.
I will say this. I'm not against online dating, but I will tell people this. To do your research. And that's with anything. Because I've met crazy people in person.
That's right.
You know, not... Have I ever met someone online? No. But I have met crazy people in person.
That's right.
When did you meet these crazy people?
Okay. Let's talk about...
That's
Alright. So,
Let's talk about it.
let's get it cracking. So,
crazy people in person.
yes. So shout out to the one and only craziest cuckoo pap I ever met in my life.
Who is that?
KBZ.
Oh, you know who that is.
Oh,
She can't say it if we not gonna do that.
the
But
same person. Yeah, they cuckoo crazy, cuckoo clock.
I think that there's a lot of people out here that are mentally ill and they
But
don't
it
want to
starts
take
with
medication.
home.
That's
Yes,
right.
but you know what? That's a next week topic about the importance
Of mental health.
of mental health.
Because it is
while
important,
dating.
even for women that bear children, because that postpartum is tough, man.
Yes.
I'm talking about I gotta carry a baby for 9 months just to go bald. Yeah, I don't know about this. God did us in. We gotta
Yeah,
have
laughing.
cycles. We gotta
Best laugh.
the premenstrual, the bearing the
real
child, acne, and we get bigger than a man can sit up here and eat 30 plates and don't gain nothing. And he be looking at us like, you okay, baby? You am I okay? Is you okay? We do all the work for the baby. Come out, have his whole face. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Looking like the daddy.
That just made my body hurt. Just hearing that.
No, because I need some nieces and nephews, so we ain't
Wow.
gonna even get there like that.
That just made me hurt.
But don't get me wrong, pregnancy is beautiful.
It sounds ugly.
But it's gotta be by the right person.
It gotta
though.
be by the right person. 'Cause
Amen.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish for my boys, I wish there was a return receipt that came with that.
You can't get no.
I
return
know.
receipt with that.
I love them to death, but
I wish it was a return receipt on everybody, but you can't get none.
now I'm not talking about for the babies, for the baby daddies. Like we can just
I
take
just-
them,
that's
put
what I'm
somebody
talking
else
about.
on the birth certificate.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was for a reason
It
during
was
that
for a
season.
reason. But God knows that's a plan.
That's
a
right.
plan.
That's
That's
a
right.
miracle from God.
That's right.
Sometimes
He knew
I'll
what
be
he
like,
was
that
doing.
was trauma. That wasn't.
She is a mess. She is a mess.
Okay, y'all. I'm being for real now. I mean, y'all know I like to joke, and she know.
Absolutely. So, y'all, this is my last thing I have to say on this, all right?
Okay.
So, now, when it came to online dating, they said males were more likely to have met someone on a dating app that had led to an exclusive relationship, 75% compared to 66% of females. So men are actually out here online searching for women more than women are.
They been doing that though.
And why do you think
I'm
that
talking
is?
about men can have a whole woman at home and
It
live a
goes
whole
way in
double
the back.
life.
She
That's because
answered
the way that I'm gonna break it down to you. Listen up, and I'm not being biased. I'm talking about men and women. The way that God designed men, He designed them for sex. I'm being for real. I'm not being funny. They need sex. They need to feel like they are successful in their careers, and they got to be the head of the house. He designed us to be more emotional and more nurturing.
We get the punishment
We
because
get
of
the-
what? We are Eve. his
That's
backbone.
right.
That's right.
That's right. But the way He designed them, they're always thinking about the boom, boom, boom.
That's
Exactly.
it.
They think with that head instead of this head.
But it's not their fault. And it took me a lot of reading and research to you gotta really dig deep to understand it. It's not that they have a problem. It's the way He designed them to be.
That's it.
And if it's a guy
Okay,
wants you
yep.
to listen to him, I'm gonna pull him up one day. But he's on YouTube, y'all. He helps like married couples, singles, women potentially trying to be wives, and he helped people that got problems with being confused. I don't want to go off into that, but he goes deep into what a man, the way God designed a man to be. And when I actually watched it, I was like, that is so real. It's
right.
not that they always want the hot dog in the bun. Be quiet.
Then start laughing.
That's just the way He designed it to be. And one day, me and my husband was sitting down, we was talking, and he explained it to me in the most precious way. This is how he explained it. And he said, babe, you know how when you give birth to a baby, listen y'all, because he said it deep. He said, you know how when we give birth to a baby, and if you're a breastfeed mom, your boobies hurt when they have to eat.
Right.
Like, mommy, I'm hungry. It's like your body is smart. It's
Gorgeous.
connected
You
to
gorgeous.
that baby. No, for real. Listen, y'all. Listen. He broke this down to me, and I said, ooh, that's deep. He said, it's the same way with a man. Like, the feeling, the urge, it's the same way. So some people might be like, that's all you care about it. That's all you. It's not that they care. And I feel like that's the way most of them show their affection, too. They feel like if we're in love and we love each other, then you should be able to do this for me and I should be able to do this for you in return. Even though in our mind we're thinking like, what in the H-E double hockey sticks is...
I had a question.
Okay, what's the question?
The question is, why do men feel like if it's pertaining to sex?
Okay.
If they give you some sex and you give them some sex back, why they feel it's equal?
Because it's not equal.
It's not.
I agree.
right.
Ooh,
It's
that's
not
a good-
equal.
Can
It's
y'all
not
help us
equal.
out in them comments?
It's not
Say it
equal.
loud. Say it loud again.
The question is why do men feel that if they have sex with you and you have sex with them, it's an equal? It's not
Okay,
equal.
let me answer a question because y'all know I read. If you look into the Bible, they say men are what? Givers.
Right.
Women are what?
Takers.
We're receivers.
Right.
That's
in
the
the Bible.
best way to describe
It's in the
it.
Bible.
Sis, look it up. The Bible says men are the
You
givers,
find a
women
lot
are
of
the
men saying,
receivers.
well, I ain't paying for sex. So use a lie because you can go on prospect and get a prostitute.
Now we not cool even go.
And you know what?
I'm just
You're right.
saying.
They are paying for sex.
Yeah.
Or truck drivers on the road, the rest
Yeah.
stops. It's happening.
And
Yeah,
even in
it's everyday life.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And LJ, don't get pissed off at me on this one. So we was having a conversation, right? And I said, "You ever tricked before?" And he
Because
said,
I need to know, baby.
and
Right.
and so he said, "What you mean by tricking?" And I said, "Well, let's start with this. Have you ever bought a couple lace fronts before?" And so he said,
Have you ever played with somebody's nails?
he said, "Well, you know, I spent a few $500 on some females on their lace fronts."
That's tricking.
So that's what I said.
You
You
a
a
trick,
trick,
you're not a
nigga.
That's tricky.
So he said, "Well, call it what you want, hell." And I gave out the money, I got the ass. But I mean,
Some men are like that. They feel like if they give something, you gotta give them something.
yeah.
There are a lot of men out there, you don't have to give nothing up to get something from them.
And that's okay.
That
She's
is
valid.
Yes.
Don't get mad, husband. Just listen. Way before you came into the picture, I was living in Florida. And I mean this with all my might, and I don't even got a cap for the camera. I'm being 1,000% accurate. I dated 3 guys, and I did keep on saying like they keep on taking me out to eat. One of them was paying my rent,
Buying stuff.
buying me stuff. I felt like the real queen. Like, okay, we're the Catholic. That's all I'm missing. But no, for real, they would get offended when I would say, "Oh, you want some?"
There's a lot of good men out there.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't like
Because
my
you
husband.
sold
Wait a
that.
minute. My
Yeah.
husband said that's cat. He said they were working their way to the drink.
That's what it's called. They working their way to it. to
He
get
said,
to that.
my husband always said, I'm going to always be real with you. They capping. If they sit up there and say, "Oh, you look good, I want to do this, I want to," yeah, they might be doing that for the time being, but they're working their way into them drugs.
Because men
Well,
only
peep game.
invest in a woman they find value in. See, men don't put their money into everything.
They sure don't.
It's
And
a lot of
they don't
women-
like spending their money on stuff that don't matter.
No.
Right.
So you gotta look at it in that aspect too.
But there are a lot of guys, there are good men out there that you don't have to give nothing up to get
You
something.
don't.
That's
and
true.
they
You
will
don't.
respect you.
Yeah.
That you get more respect out of them than versus somebody you sleeping with, you laying down when
That's
you
them
got
soul ties, baby.
chisel to get anything from them.
Yeah.
If you know the refrigerator lights is out because you ain't gave me the money.
It's so weird.
Today.
We just gonna walk
We
around here
just
like
gonna-
Batman, cause I don't know what to tell y'all.
We finna lay down. But I also feel like it's
You
how
better burn a
set-
candle.
But see, a lot of women set the tone.
That's
so
right.
if you come off like you in a bartering system
Mhm.
and showing this man basically prostituting traits, he
Yep.
gonna treat you accordingly.
Right,
But if
right.
you show this man, look, I ain't here for no BS, you gonna have to provide because that's what I need to see.
That's
a
right.
man who can be a provider.
Bring something to the table.
Table, not anyone who is just going to sit here and use me as a bartering
Or
system.
drag me down the rabbit hole, cause baby, you can
Yeah.
drag yourself,
I
but you
had two
ain't
men
taking
like
me
that.
with you.
I had 2 men like that. And I was known for 86 and niggas to the curb.
Wait a minute, what is
Kick
What
him to
is
the curb.
86 and nigga?
Yeah,
That
she
means
wanna know
kick
what
him
that
to the
is.
curb.
Cause I want to know.
That means get rid of him.
That's cold
That's a
blooded.
whole 360. That's
Right.
cold blooded. I ain't never heard nothing like
My
that.
auntie used to tell me, say, you 86 them already? Kick them to the curb. They're not acting right. If I find any kind of flaw in you, it's okay. Everybody's got flaws.
That's
But
hard
if I-
stuff right
but-
there.
but-
Now, any
but-
kind of, I do got some non-negotiables.
If you lied to me about
If you
something,
cheat on me,
you lied to me about something.
if you
it's the same
lied to
thing.
me,
I agree with that.
if you beat on me, do not yell at me in front of my kids. Don't even set the tone like that with my kids because they precious. And I don't ever want them to be messed up watching our stuff when it wasn't even that big. Sometimes the problem be this big. Now, if we can't handle something
If it's
this
that
big,
big.
how we gonna handle something this big? It don't even fit.
That's true.
It don't work.
Woo, this is good.
Y'all, we had a good podcast.
We did. Now, there was a question I did want to ask our guests. Bear with me.
What's the question?
If you ever had a chance to remarry again in this lifetime, would you go for it?
I'll go for it, but I have standards and boundaries. I know my
No.
worth.
It's either I'm going to go for it or I'm going to not. I want to hear but, if, and, or why.
I'll go for it.
That's what I'm talking about because why? Happiness is possible with God, and you gotta love yourself.
Right.
And you gotta, I always say this, y'all, at the end of every podcast. Be mindful because you don't know what people are dealing with. Be mindful because
What
you
you
don't
say.
know how life is going for that person. Be mindful because you don't know the trauma that they went through. Be
Right.
mindful and be respectful. And I always say, baby, it ain't about what you look like on the outside because everything that glitter ain't gold.
That's
Right.
it.
I want you to walk into a situation, whether it's dating, friendships, cousinships, motherships, whatever it may be. You
Some
have
kind of
to
shit.
be genuine, but before you can be genuine, you gotta seek him first.
Right.
That's it.
Because if you ain't right, and I'm not saying I'm right or we're right, because ain't nobody better than the next person, but it's about how you are with God. And I always say this, you had to be willing to want 1,000%, I didn't say 100, I said 1,000% commit yourself to whatever that situationship is that you're walking yourself into. Whether it be blended families,
Right.
whether it be childhood trauma, whether it be somebody with mental health problems, you gotta have an open mind and throw the list in the trash. Because at the end of the day, the only list you need is God.
Right.
That's it.
What she said.
You gotta be mindful because you don't know what people are going through. And you gotta
Come on, man.
always expect
Are you
that
going back?
whoever you meet, they're not going to be perfect. And then you got to decide for yourself. See, when this is the best time to do this, when you're dating, make sure you put everything you require on the table. You going to tell Pookie right then and there, hey, look, I'm not going to be a baby mama. I'm not going to be a girlfriend. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I don't even care if we get married. I want you to respect me. I don't want to be dealing with your mama, your sister, your brother. I don't want to be dealing with nobody disrespectful. I don't care about lunch. I don't care about dinners. Take me to the park and touch my mind, touch my soul. You gotta put everything on the table when you're dating. Cause you mess up when you date. You don't say how you really feel. Then you go 5 years down the road and you're trying to figure out why Pookie still ain't married you. Well, baby, you didn't make marriage a requirement. Woo!
I got a question to ask too, to answer too. But I gotta wait for it.
Because I want to hear your question.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Was it about relationships or the women that had their opinions? Well, while we wait for her to come back to her questions, y'all can drop any questions y'all got for us in the comments below because we don't mind, like we told y'all before, and every single time we record. This is our platform. Yeah, we're Sistahood Convos. Y'all see the t-shirts?
Let's allow guest speakers to come up.
Yeah, because we don't mind if y'all come in and y'all ask us questions, or even if y'all want to join us to the live and be our special little guest. We even got another number where y'all can call in. We can interview y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, this is our platform, because without y'all, it's not no us.
That's right.
Without God, this thing ain't possible. So I'm just saying, I always speak from experience, and I say, we even talked about this yesterday. Why do female friendships dissolve? Well, because 9 times out of 10, they was never committed, and they were not genuine.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Okay,
she got the question, y'all. Let's see what she got.
Never, if you dating someone and you broke it off with them, never tell the next person that you date your business about that other person.
Say that again. That's true.
Because you
They
look
gonna
bitter.
use that against you.
That's right.
As leverage.
As leverage. Never tell a person's business that you dated before that you dating someone now.
What trauma you went through.
Don't tell them what you went through, because they're gonna use that against you.
You're right.
Is it okay? No. But
It's
this.
not okay. The flesh and the mouthpiece is weak.
It
That's
is.
right.
It's like letting
Never
them see
tell
what
it.
you will and won't settle for.
If you meet somebody, that's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you will and what you won't settle for.
So I tell them this.
That's that non-negotiable. You got everybody
Don't worry
got
about. I told
non-negotiable.
them this. I said, don't worry about that other person.
That's
what that
right.
other person did to me.
Yeah.
What can you do for
What
me?
What can you do
do?
for me
Right.
That's right. Where
outside of money? Because
Right.
I can get my own bag.
That's it.
At the end of the day, I can get my own bag. What can you do in here?
That's right. What can you bring?
I'm just saying, y'all.
Who's getting the heart?
They're liking our live. I'm just saying, y'all. Like, you gotta be for real. Now, is there any other questions you want to ask as far as the interview, or can I close it out?
I think it's time for you to close it out.
I can close it out?
as well.
I thank all of y'all that joined in here. I hope y'all looking good, smelling good, feeling amazing. You got God and you love yourself. Because without God, you ain't nothing. I also want y'all to know that this is y'all's platform. Ain't that right, Sister Friend?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want y'all to know that we love the support. We appreciate y'all even giving us the time every time we record to even tune in and make us feel important. Because, baby, I like to feel important.
That's right.
Ain't that right, y'all?
You know it.
But if you are new to this live, please hit the follow button. Share the live. Tap that screen for me. Also, go subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. I will put the link in the comments once we end. Please, please, please stay by, because we will be recording a second part 2, but with a different topic. So, I want to say thank y'all. We love y'all. Come back to Sistahood Convos, and that's a wrap. Bye.
All right. See you later.